Hey guys, today I wanted to a little deep dive into FBA and remote fulfillment and the build international listings. This might be a lengthy um, video, but I think it's very important to learn about the remote fulfillment, build international listings, and selling across marketplaces. This video is only going to be going over the North American Unified accounts, which is Canada, United States, and Mexico. So if you're interested in other marketplaces, I suggest you watch another video. So the first thing you need to know is with your professional fee or individual, you can get a North American Unified account with Amazon, and you can pay your $39.99 a month for the .com, and you can get .ca and .mx for free. It is included. All three are under one professional fee, and you'll get all three marketplaces. And you can sell in all three marketplaces from one Seller Central login. Now, when you log in to Seller Central from the .com marketplace, there is a toggle switch at the top of the screen, which I will show you in a moment, and it'll let you switch between Canada and Mexico as well as your North American account. When you set this up, you will have to make sure you put your deposit method and your charge method on those accounts in order to get them active. Now, there might be some tax implications that you might have to fill out, but this video isn't about taxes. So if you want to learn about taxes, you need to call someone that's a licensed tax preparer or whatever. I'm not. When it comes to those accounts, this is all included under your normal account fee. So if you are an individual seller, you can open up the account in Canada. If you're an individual seller, you cannot open an account in Mexico. So you'll have to be a professional seller in order to get the all three accounts, just to let you know. Now, um, after you go ahead and open up all three accounts, the next thing you would want to do is if you want to have all your listings from .com to be pushed to .ca and .mx is you'll use the Build International Listings page. Now you can locate this under the Inventory tab, and then you'll select Sell Globally. Now, after you're linked, if you go to the Sell Globally button, you can go up to the Build International Listings, and you can go ahead and generate and pass through all your listings to the other marketplaces. If any of the listings have any issues because of other marketplaces, they do have different restrictions. There's a lot more restrictions in Canada sometimes than there are in America, or there's a lot more restrictions in Mexico than there are in America. Different labeling requirements, different licensings. So you may have some issues going forward. Don't just think because you sell it in America, you can sell it in Canada and you can sell it in Mexico, because that's not the truth of the matter. Now, after you've pushed all your listings through, your inventory is not going to line up if you're FBA. If you're FBA, your inventory is not going to automatically just appear on your FBA page and sellable. That's not how it works. So you'll have to sign up for remote fulfillment with FBA. Now, when it comes to remote fulfillment, there is an additional fee because they have to trans-border ship your items, but it is worth it for certain items. If you have enough cushion in your item, when I say cushion, I mean like the cost of the goods sold and the revenue that you're making. If you have enough revenue there to spend an extra $2 to $3, I recommend going ahead with this program. If you don't have that cushion, sometimes you're selling something for $7.99, fulfillment fees are $4.90, and you have barely any cushion. You would not want to try to use remote fulfillment with FBA to send this item to Canada, because then you'd be spending more than you're making. And that's not what we want to do here now, is it? So when it comes to remote fulfillment with FBA, you need to realize that not every item is eligible. Why is this true? Because Amazon is the one assuming the risk of cross-border shipment of your item. If it gets lost in the sauce, who's going to pay for that item? Amazon's going to pay for that item. So there's a lot of items that they're not willing to assume the risk on. And you might say, "Oh, but my item's such as it's a comb, it's simple, it's small." It doesn't matter. If Amazon is not willing to assume the risk, to cross-border ship your item, they will not allow it to be in the remote fulfillment program. And there's no appeal process. It is up to their legal team to decide what ASINs they're going to allow through. Um, After you get your item onto the remote fulfillment, you want to go ahead and resync your listings using the Build International listing page if you don't see your inventory flowing through properly. That's the only thing that I would say you might have a problem with. Normally, when you initialize it, it takes 24 hours for your items to actually show up. And if you want to unenroll your items, it takes another 24 hours for the items to be unenrolled. Why would anyone ever want to unenroll an item, right? If you are having a lot of sales in Canada, let's say, you're like, oh, my product is very popular in Canada and I don't want to pay this remote fulfillment fee, you might decide to go ahead and ship items to Canada to be fulfilled in Canada to cut down transit time and things like that. If that is the case, you'll have to unenroll the listing from remote fulfillment because you cannot send items to a Canadian warehouse that are enrolled in the remote fulfillment program, just in case you didn't know. So I just wanted to share that information with you. Um, those are the basics. I'm going to show the mechanics behind it now. So catch me on the next side. I wanted to show the mechanics behind the two pages I was talking about. You'll go to the inventory tab. From here, the first thing you would do is you would go sell globally. You would take the tour, but I'm not going to do that on this. Um, so as you can see, the Americas includes US and Canada and Mexico, but you'll have to add that marketplace. I don't have Mexico added in my marketplace because I don't want to sell in Mexico. Now, in this place, what I was talking about is the Build International Listings page, which is right here. From this page, you can see that I currently have a source marketplace of Amazon.com, and my target marketplace, which is my secondary marketplace, is going to be .ca. And in here, I have 56 listings that would need attention, but that's only because they're actually inactive. I don't have them active in .com right now, so I don't actually need to do anything about that. With my 8 active listings, they are crossed over. But when you're brand new and you're first getting into this, you would need to go ahead and there'll be a button to go ahead and accept and move forward and transition the listings over to the .ca marketplace and .mx if you are doing that marketplace as well. Now, if you've ever had an issue with your listings, you would generate this report. And this report will tell you exactly why items aren't syncing in the other marketplace. Now, you can, if your items are not pushing through or not syncing, you can edit the connection or remove the connection and then just reconnect it. So it's not a big deal to try to resync all your listings that way. The second part that I was talking about with you guys was the remote fulfillment with FBA. Now on this one, if you wanted to do remote fulfillment, this screen wouldn't pop up like this. It would say, hey, you want to join? And then you'll have to go through that process. But I'm already enrolled in the remote fulfillment program. So it's not going to show up that way for me. Now, if you have some items that aren't showing up in the other marketplaces, you can generate a report here and it'll tell you exactly why. Most likely it is not enrolled because it's not eligible. Amazon will automatically enroll your ASINs over time as they become eligible. It's nothing you need to apply to do. All you need to do is enroll in the program. Each ASIN will be automatically added to the program. And if you decide you don't want to have your ASIN in the program, you just have to come in here, generate the report, and place the item as unenrolled, and then upload the document here. And that will unenroll the ASIN from the program. Now, I was talking earlier about switching in between marketplaces using Seller Central. So this is my United States Seller Central, and here's the toggle switch I was talking about. So you could go to your Canada marketplace by just changing the switch here. Okay. And as you can see, you got the Canada marketplace, and this would be your inventory for Canada. Now, for all my FBA in the .com marketplace, I can go back to United States. So for all my FBA inventory that I send in to .com marketplace, they will fulfill remotely ASINs that were eligible in Canada. So it's a great program if you're trying to expand and trying to move on and maybe get a larger grasp of the market share. So that's my talk on remote fulfillment with FBA. If you're interested, it's a great program. It's free technically to enroll into it, but where you pay is when they actually transship your items. But imagine if you are trying to, I live in Florida, and if I had to ship a book to Canada to a customer, that's expensive. So the $2 additional for FBA services to do that for me is so much cheaper than trying to do it on my own. That's just my 2 cents. But I'll link the help pages for these items in my comment section if you want to review them. All right. Have a good one.